the sort of developments by 49 was really the overarching power of the state to control culture and the kind of impossibility of artists working individually outside that structure. There is a sort of slightly idyllic quality about some of the 1950s images of Mao. I think if you move into the 60s, the cult figure of Mao, which is again constructed, but constructed in a very artificial way. Whereas in the 60s, this extraordinary disembodiment of Mao, where his head is literally removed and placed within a sun, with rays coming out within a red sun, and placed as an icon in the sky, literally as a sort of idol figure. Youth was so much at the heart of the Cultural Revolution, of Mao's idea of the unleashing of a kind of mass energy through youth, and this idea of the Red Guard movement, which was instigated to kind of radically stir up the party from within. And these teenagers were really incredibly naive, incredibly inexperienced, and took it up with great fervour en masse. So it sort of became hysterical very quickly. And there was quite a lot of revolutionary martyrdom going on in those early 70s posters, which, if you look at the underlining meaning of them, they are really quite disturbing. These groups of youths went in completely untrained, with absolutely no knowledge of the countryside, and literally did drown in these kind of acts of great revolutionary contributions to the nation. I'd say the earliest independent artistic and literary movements emerged in 78, 79, and that was related to the Democracy War movement. Subsequent to June the 4th, the crackdown led to the realisation that many of those people just needed to get out, because it had a huge effect on academies, especially in Beijing, with a lot of control being placed on, what was acceptable to produce and that kind of thing. The sort of big movement in the 90s was around the whole development of the deconstruction of language was a massive theme, with artists such as Xu Bing producing The Book of Heaven, a famous piece in which he produced thousands of meaningless Chinese characters using traditional techniques as a woodblock printmaker. And if you go to Beijing to a new art centre like Ulan's, for example, thousands of students go in and out of those places every week. Thousands of people go through 798 looking, thinking about art and taking it on board for the first time. So this has a huge impact. So I think there's going to be a lot more to come, and that I think China is already becoming a major centre for art production in Asia. I think that the next step might be the development of a consciousness politically of supporting that culture.